Hey, this is Bishop TK, and it is time for our weekly podcast. Listen, it is time to set our week in order and get some things straight. Today, I am operating in a sound mind with clear thoughts. I heard somebody make a comment this past weekend, and I pondered on it because I want to rattle that thing around in my mind to see if I am speaking from a place of unforgiveness, a place of bitterness, a place of hurt, a place of pain, or maybe simply a place of ignorant bliss. But someone made the comment and they said, well, everybody deserves love. And I could not respond because I said to myself, it sounds good, but I don't think that's true. Everybody don't deserve love, or maybe everybody don't deserve my kind of love, right? So I have to say that one relationship in particular came to mind where this guy was very clear with what he wanted from me. And what he asked me is, he said, I don't want you to love me. I want you to be in love with me. And the minute I said, I'm in love with you, I promise this Jekyll turned into a Hyde. He went from being attentive and caring and sweet and thoughtful to mean and short words and ugly and ignoring phone calls and not returning messages. And I was like, wait a minute. Who is this guy? But what I realized is that this person wanted me to fall into a deep emotional place so they could control and abuse me. So in hindsight, did he deserve my love? No. And I had to ask God, I really had to pray and ask God to pull me out of that place, because I did not want to not have control over my emotions or control over my decisions or control over my next step. I wanted to be able to hear my first mind, my first thoughts, and if no was the correct and proper and accurate response for me for emotional health and physical health, and I wanted to say no. But when you're in that place, it's very difficult to come out because there's fear of losing the person that you love if you don't respond in the way that they expect you to respond. So I had to teach myself how not to love from a place of fear and to love from a genuine place, knowing that if people decided to mistreat me in any way, that I had enough self-value and self-worth and self-esteem to say, no, I'm not going to tolerate that. No, I don't have to take that. And no, that's ugly and I deserve better and more. And so when I think about that statement, it sounds good because we want all mankind and all people to be able to experience that wonderful, selfless feeling called love, that agape that looks for no reciprocity, right? But then think about the one that grew you up, honey. Think about the one that mistreated you for no reason. Think about the one that would not tell you you were beautiful when you knew you were. Think about the one that would not compliment you if heaven told him to. And then think about how deep you were in and receiving little to nothing in return. Yeah, we've all been there. We've all fallen in love with selfish. But I promise you that there is a place that you can climb to and then look out over the horizon of your life and say, I'm so glad I learned from that experience. I'm so glad I felt that low because I never want to feel that low again. I'm so glad that I know what it's like to be emotionally abused because I'll never harm another person like that. I know what it's like to be ignored, and I know what it's like to be dangling in the wind, waiting for a response, waiting for feedback, and waiting for some sort of crumb of love. I know what that feels like, and because of that, I decided to take control over my mind, my spirit, my body, and my emotions. And I gather that you should do the same. So when you take these moments to reflect, please remind yourself of the holes and the pits and the valleys that God delivered you from. And thank God for this second thing, that I have not yet reached my pinnacle of discovery. That there is so much more inside of me that God is going to allow me to experience. There is so much more inside of me that God is going to allow me to grow and receive revelation and clarity of who I really am. I can tell you one thing truly, that I am recognizing the pricelessness that is inside of me. And if you decide that a joker does not deserve your love or your time, you have my permission, sweetie. Cut him off. All right, honey, listen. Y'all know where we going, don't you? Only up from here. You guys have a fantastic week, and just know we are experiencing the revelation of who we are.